the card that I chose for today is Toph, the first Metal Bender. We're looking at some cards that haven't been released yet, and I want to see like.
Can you keep
Ah!
this in the video?
What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
It's freaking. I'm dying in here. If anyone's confused by the fan, my AC went out about a week ago, so we're just kind of about a week ago. We're trying to survive right now. We have a small like space one downstairs, AC like little window unit that we're borrowing from the guy that's gonna do our replace ours because it just clunked out on us. But upstairs is nasty.
I would not be able to survive without AC. I mean,
It's for
like I think the human body gets used to things, so like it probably is. Hopefully, it's gotten better for you over this time period.
I actually feel like I have adapted a bit to it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, 82 in here? That's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're ready to go on a trip to Europe now.
Well,
You'll
it's
go
like-
right over there and be like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this is great. It's a lot of no AC over in Europe, which to be fair is partially because the temperatures in most of the areas in like like the UK stuff like that, they're not nearly as extreme as like US is. So
Oh yeah. So they're not really. It's not like a tradition to have it in every house or like mandatory even.
I believe so. This is stuff
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard. I haven't really looked into it, and I also have not been over to Europe yet, so it could
Yeah.
be completely lying to you. Who
We're just
knows?
living in luxury over here, man. It's just how it is. Like U.S. #1. Let's go.
Yeah, I get that. This
AC's amazing.
well,
It'd be
have
nice when we
you
get it back? But
have you escaped the heat to play any Commander, any games?
haven't escaped the heat. Well, wait, we did. I did escape the heat. We went and played some bracket 4 games. Actually,
Yeah.
that was at your place. Yeah,
Yeah,
our AC went out. Wait, when did we play? That was a Sunday.
I think so. It was probably a week
Yeah,
ago.
it did. It
literally.
did go out on Sunday. Yeah.
As of recording
Yeah.
a week ago. Yeah,
But yeah, that was an interesting bracket 4 game actually, because
Yeah.
I think like it's funny. We talked about the bracket stuff before we actually played that game, and I think I now have a better understanding of what bracket 4 is.
yeah, absolutely. I agree completely.
Yeah, which is really funny because we talked about it. I still think the stuff we talked about was definitely relevant in those episodes, but yeah, definitely opened my mind a little bit to it, and it also kind of inspired me to look back at other decks that I have. Like recently, I looked at my Ragavan deck. Actually, just today, I was looking at the Ragavan deck, and I started taking some cards out, and I'm like, yeah, if I actually want this to be a really fun Voltron bracket 2 deck that just feels like Ragavan's the annoying part, and then everything else is like pretty fine. I needed to take out so many cards. I had like Gamble in there and like Mana Vault, and I had this weird like combo with Port Razor or whatever, and it's just like,
Yeah,
what am I doing? This is not.
I remember you trying to make that like you've tried to have that as like a bracket 2 for a while, right?
Yeah, and it was just like I just was completely delusional at like what these power levels actually meant until like I probably got a better range of like ideas of how we play over time. So
Yeah, I will say I want to play so much more actual like bracket 4, like or like I don't know, however you want to define it. I've kind of been defining it as like high power bracket 4, where it's like just to
Yeah.
be super clear, we are playing like the top of bracket 4, so it's not CEDH because it's not fully optimized. They're not the best of the best, but they are very strong decks that are playing against each other, and I had so much fun in that game. I know, like your jury deck, you tried to win super early. You're the first one to try and pop off, and then it was like a little bit slow for you after that. So I know that you probably didn't have as much fun in that game as I had.
oh no, I was still having fun because the cool part about it is that the reason I took the hand too is like it was an easy way to like maybe win by that early, and if you had a counterspell, whatever, because I still had ways to come back in the game. I had some interaction in my hand and stuff, so
yeah,
it worked out pretty well.
But yeah, that was fun. I don't think I was even ever in a position to actually win the game. I was playing my Slowgrick deck. I don't think I was ever in a position to win, but it was just so fun to be like constantly like the Slowgrick deck is supposed to be a slow grind that wins after everybody else is out of gas. And I felt like I was the barrier that everybody had to break through before they could win the game. And it felt very good to be able to do that.
Yeah, the game was sick. It was just like everybody got to do the thing, like, or got to do something in it, which was neat. And I never felt like I was out. I don't think anyone ever really felt like they were out. Everybody could have been a threat at certain points. So
yeah, absolutely.
It was cool.
Well, yeah. I will say our topic today doesn't really have. I feel like it's not great for bracket 4 I'll say that with what we're talking about.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
were,
that's fair.
but it
So
is,
we're gonna tone it down like to a little bit more casual experience
yes.
now after having that little experience, and we did talk a bit about brackets as well last time, but we're not gonna go too heavy into that. It's more just let's see how we can have a little bit even more fun with a bigger playgroup
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, this is a fun problem that I think every group, especially newer groups to Commander, has run into a lot. And
Yeah.
actually, before we get into this, speaking of that fan that you have behind you, to you people, our
Okay.
biggest fans. I would really love it. It would be amazing if you could be subscribing. We're getting a lot of people in watching these videos, and it's awesome. And we want to grow that audience. We want to keep you guys here so we can do more things to interact with you and just everything to actually like build more of a group with this. So it'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe to videos and like, comment. Everything helps. But yeah,
Yo,
great.
Eve came in right at the time you were asking for the subscribers too. She's apparently Eve's a big fan too,
Yeah, yeah,
and would have loved to see you guys subscribe.
yeah. She would. We'll ask for more Eve content. You know, I'll have her cosplay as the Cauldron Familiar.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Just get her a cauldron.
That's all it is. It's just her
That's all.
inside a cauldron.
Just
They're
her
done.
just sitting in a cauldron.
Yeah.
It'd
But
be
all right.
actually a very cute picture.
All right. So now on to today's topic. We're talking about like ways to speed up like 5-player games. So there's a few different ways that people say this, but this is like a 5-player EDH game variance.
Yeah.
So a lot of groups, especially new groups, run into this, and some people you don't know that you're going to run into it because Commander is supposed to be a 4-player game, but a
Yeah.
lot of times you'll have 5 people show up or like something like that. You want to play with more people,
There's a lot
or
of people that like Commander,
yeah,
turns
and
out.
it turns out, and even more so, it's like sometimes there's a place where you have 9 people show up, right? And it's easy
Yeah.
to, you could do 3 at that point, do three pods. It's going to be better for everybody. But if you're going to do a 5 pod, those games take forever. Like, I think you know this very
Maybe,
well.
yeah, I mean, maybe there's times where, you invited 6 people to come play Commander and one of them falls through and they can't make it. It happens. So we got to figure out a way to do 5.
Yes. And with those games just taking as long as they have, like Commander games in general can take a long time, especially when they're in that like bracket 3, bracket 2, like they're, when there's less win cons, they can take a long time to play through. And
Yeah.
so these game modes, these Commander variants that we're going through today are just examples of ways that you can play with 5 players that will take like speed up the game. So they're just variants that add a little bit more fun to the game, and even if they may not be the most balanced, but they at least speed up the game and get you going. And you'll see a little bit more when we get into them.
Yeah. Tell me about these.
All right. We've got,
I don't really know too. I remember the names of them, but I don't know too much about most of them. I think we played one at one point. So
we've definitely played one, at least one in our group. I believe that I've played 2 of these. I've got 4 to share that I found through researching. Really, by researching, I mean one Reddit thread I think that had like all of these in there because they were good, and I don't think I had heard of. They all seemed
Research
good, and I have not
check.
heard of anything else. So it hit all the ones that I know, and then had extra ones. So
Yeah.
done. But yeah, okay. So the first one is a very simple one that a lot of people have heard of, and it's been called 2 different things. Kind of, it's one called Stars is the most popular name for it, I believe, or at least the newer one. But it's
Okay.
also been known as Spheres of Influence. So what this game is, the Stars variant of this is you have 5 people playing, and you're the 2 people that are sitting next to you are your allies, and the 2 people sitting away from you are your enemies. And the way gameplay goes is whoever wins the game is the person who kills their 2 enemies first. So it's a
Okay.
very simple concept, not a lot of rules to it. It's literally just as simple as the 2 people next to you don't matter to you. They can be alive or dead, but you want to kill the 2 people across from you. It does have some complexities with the fact of like adding in if the person next to you has died, now if you die, somebody else is going to win the game. So like you want to also kind of protect those people that are your
Protect the
allies,
person
and
that
even
next to you in a
sometimes your
way.
enemies if it lines up. Like it does add some neat things, but
Hmm.
yeah, very simple concept. What do you think of that one?
I think it's interesting because it narrows it down to like, okay, so now instead of 3 people, well, actually it'd be 4 if you're in a 5 pod to take out. You only need 2 people to take out to win, which
Yeah.
in theory I think in theory that would reduce the time the game would take, but I think in practice it doesn't.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that in practice that probably doesn't work, just because like you were saying, you have incentive to protect the people next to you as well, because like
Yeah.
they are your allies, and then the people across the table might be getting close to a win, so you're protecting them, and so that happens on the other side as well. So I think like with the way the politics work in that, it might actually not go much faster.
Interesting. Okay. Have you
Yeah.
have you ever played these variants? I know you said you played one of
I
them.
have not played this before. That's just my first hunch. I
Okay.
actually have never played it, so I don't know. But to me, that sounds like sure you only have two people to take out, but I think a lot of games might come down to this thing where you take out one of them, and then somebody else also takes out one of their enemies, and then someone else takes out one of their enemies. But then you're left at that point where it's like you're fighting for killing their last enemy, and then it's like,
That's fair. I will say I think there's some things that speed up. Like, so you're
is it
talking about
just?
like the late game.
Well, actually, I don't. Maybe you have to do the math, but maybe you only need to take out if two people get taken out. Would it?
Mhm.
Or is it three people? Is there three people taken out? Then it ends no matter what. Depending, I don't know the combinations. We'd have to
Uh,
math it
yeah,
to
because it's
figure
just
out.
5 people. So
Yeah, it's five people. So if there's two people remaining, if three people have been taken out, there's no way the game keeps going, right? There's no way.
yes, because they have to be, or do they have to be next to each other? Yeah, there have to be somebody next to each other
Yeah,
for 3. Yeah, so 3 people getting taken out ends the game no matter what.
ends the game
I had to
no matter
picture that
what.
in my
Yeah,
head. I couldn't for some
yeah,
reason
yeah.
do that. You
I
had to
know. I
go
was
through
just like, for a second, I'm like, wait a minute. Do we have to do some math here? Oh God,
No.
probability. Oh, I'm going back to college. Oh, I hate it.
From my experience, it has helped speed up games quite a bit. I think one of the things that one of the things that is happening that you're not considering is that the early game, like, all those turns, especially in these bracket 3 decks, where you just don't swing at people because there's no real option, right? Like, you have 3 people to swing at, but there's no like targets. You now have 2 targets. If you're not trying to kill
uh,
them constantly, you're not playing the game
Officially
right.
puts a
Like,
target on people's head
yeah,
without making enemies because they already are enemies, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
So there is that like politicking and the like trying to keep people alive and everything, but there's so much of the early game when everybody's health bar is full that everyone is just swinging nonstop and trying to pressure life totals the entire game.
Yeah.
That I think it really does help speed up games, especially in those 5-player ones, because the 5-player games, it's so risky. Like, I mean, if you have, say you have a 1-1 on turn 2, if you're going to swing it at that can swing at somebody. If you're going to swing it at
Yeah.
somebody, you're potentially taking away 1 life from somebody. But if all the other 4 players have attackers, their target can be you. They can all swing at you, and that's more damage coming to you, right? So it's riskier to swing. Whereas in
That's
this
true.
one, you have 2 opponents. So it's
Instead of and the
more
two people sitting
rewarding.
next to you, they're not really going to swing at you, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it just narrows down those targets, which really helps speed the game up.
Okay.
I can see some get like later game where they start to get like really
Yeah.
skewed because of politicking, but
Yeah. Like, because if somebody, like, say, if like one person, yeah, never mind. I'm not going to go into it.
yeah.
I'm going to confuse myself.
Well, just to go into the other one too, real quick. Sphere of Influence, literally the same exact game, except for the 2 people next to you are the only people you can interact with. So I guess it's technically maybe a
Oh,
little different because in Stars you can interact with
that sounds,
anybody.
that is literally Flesh and Blood's Ultimate Pit Fighter.
Yeah,
That's their 4-player version of Flesh and Blood that they tried to make. It's not very popular because it's like kind of the game isn't really designed for it.
yeah,
But it's the same thing. Like you can only attack the person or the people to
right
your
next
left
to
and
them.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which I think does help speed up the game. I think anything that cuts down those targets and makes it so like you have less of a threshold before you and the win, it
Yeah.
matters a lot. Now, just to flash, I won't go on this on every single one, but just to go back to the point of why this doesn't function well in bracket 4 or bracket 5 is because when you have combo decks that just say I win the game on like turn 3,
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah. It
not,
doesn't really
this isn't going to
matter.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
This is much more based on like you could still have combos in it because you still have some
Yeah.
people wanting to stop them and some people not wanting to stop them, but it's interesting.
It's like probably wouldn't work in like bracket 4, essentially.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah,
probably
for
get away
sure.
with this type of game mode in like bracket 3 and lower.
Yeah. 100% agree. All right, let's get into the next one. Next one is an interesting one that I found out about doing this, but this was Secret Partners.
Hmm.
So the way this is played is you mix together 3 basic land cards and 2 non-land cards that correspond with 2 of those lands. So like if you have a plains, you have like Swords to Plowshares. those
Okay.
cards like interact with each other, right? You deal them out to the players, but none of the players reveal anything at first. They just look at them, don't reveal them. The players with the non-land cards reveal them, and then the players with the corresponding basic lands then are
Yeah.
their secret allies.
So like the person who got the planes, they don't have to show the planes, but the person who has the Swords of Plowshare shows the Swords of Plowshare.
Well,
Right.
specifically, they do not show the planes because it's supposed to be hidden to
Yeah.
the people that have the non-land cards.
Right. The non-land cards will show, and then the person with the planes essentially keeps it quiet, but they know that they're partnered with the person with the swords.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the way you win the game is by having all players on the opposing teams eliminated. And when a player dies, they reveal their cards. So, yeah, it's one of those that it once again kind of cuts.
Wait, so if
Okay.
you have 3 lands and 2 non-lands?
Yes. So I guess I didn't have this part of the explainer.
So,
but
like-
the third land that's not there is alone and on their own team.
Ah, they're lone wolf. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah,
God, that'd be hard. That'd be unlucky. It's like pulling the short straw.
kind of. I mean, a lot of these game types you'll see too are kind of similar to like that werewolf, like the hidden roles
Yes.
style games where you can basically say, you know, you're pretending the whole time that you're on somebody's team. So,
Oh yeah, I'm allied with white, of course.
yeah, I feel like the best way to play that like lone wolf style in this one is if you're, you know, if one team is clearly losing, you pretend like you're with that team and you do things to help that team so it becomes as even as possible, and then try to kill everybody at the end, right? Like that's one of the strats you can use.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
actually really like that one. I think the Mafia style games are really fun. Adding the little extra politics so that you don't have to create politics in Magic is always great. I think that's a really cool way to do it. Would it speed up games? I think so, because again, it's kind of like the similar concept you were saying with the star, where it's like it's giving you like forced targets in a way. But these targets aren't exactly clear, I guess, to the non-land card holders. But
it's hidden, and it does add that like extra element to the game. But I think it still speeds it up because it still is like on the like you also the only way to find out is to attack like the players with the hidden cards, right? Because when they die, that's when it's revealed. So you want to kind of lock in and kill somebody.
And they like it'd be so funny if the non-land people just made a truce of just like, you know what, we think that person's the lone wolf, like just let's just both team up on them and take that guy out.
Yeah.
Oh, and then one of them they end up taking out one of their teammates or something.
It's the whole time one of them knew that it absolutely
it was like, let's attack that one. That's probably the lone wolf.
That'd be great. So that's Secret Partners. Another one, kind of a simple concept. Like you just have, it's a hidden role game, and a very simple one where you just have all it is 3 hidden roles. You kill them to find out, and your goal is to just kind of figure out who's on your team and win with your teammate. That's all.
Yeah.
We're going to go into, I'm actually going to skip around here because I have the next one I was going to go over is Kingdoms. We'll get to that later because it's a little bit more complex. It's probably the most complex one we have in here. Which, by the way, I've played a version of this. I did not play this one that I found, but these rules are way more intricate, and I'm down to have like one intricate one in here. So we'll go through that.
Okay, sure.
But that's for later. For now, we're going to Assassin. So Assassin is another hidden role one, and this is one that I still have to think about. If you have another person there, if you have a 6th person, this works really well, and I'll go into that in a second. But if you don't, you have to find out some way to avoid like duplicates, basically. But
are we doing more sneaky stuff with this?
Maybe
more sneaky hidden things.
Maybe more secret roles because that's
hidden blades.
I think you do this. Yes, a little bit of you can have another member of the Creed there to dish out the cards. But yeah, so Assassin.
They have a set for this.
They do. You have to play
Beyond set for this.
Yeah. Each player chooses a basic land type and then shuffles and distributes. You basically shuffle and distribute secretly one of each basic land type to each player. The only thing is they can't get the same type because what happens is when you get that basic land card, your target is that person. So if somebody chooses that they want to be plains, if you get the plains card, they're your target to kill. So that's the entire game. Your duty is just to kill that one person. You can be as obvious about it as you want, or you can try to hide it. I feel like being obvious is probably the fastest way, but there might be an argument to say that you could politic your way into getting them to use resources on somebody else. But
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, most likely
Yeah,
you're
if you know what they're playing, and maybe you can metagame it a little bit if you know what deck they're playing and they've played it multiple times. And you know, like, oh, they could be really helpful to take out this other guy.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's there. The only thing with this one, this is probably the simplest, and this one is the least balanced, I think.
yeah, I think so.
But it would go very fast. That's why I actually wanted to include this one. If it literally the game ends when you take out the first person takes out their target and they're the winner, if
Yeah,
you have like
if you
half an
really
hour of
only
that
have to take
game,
one person out, like that's pretty. Yeah,
yeah. If I was sitting in a group of 5 and we still wanted to play another game, but we only had like half an hour, or like you wanted to do something else or whatever, like do this. Take some
do
like
this.
play
Yeah.
the game real quick. Somebody gets taken out quickly, end of the game, or you could even keep going too. But yeah,
Speaking of which, that could be like, I mean, as an honorable mention, that could be like a house rule you can make with your friend group. Just instead of doing the assassin game, just be like, okay, as soon as one person's out, we all scoop.
yeah, true. That's
If
very
you
true
wanted to
too.
do a really quick round, like a 20-30 minute round or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only one on this one too that might speed that up is just because the fact that it's again that like the locked on targeting is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I honestly think that makes these because decision making on who to attack is so difficult in Commander a lot of
It
times.
can get so hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Because threat assessment isn't always clear, yeah.
Yeah.
As we all know.
Yes. Yeah, that's tough. But all right, let's get into the last one then. Kingdoms here. This is interesting. I'm going to try to run through this as quick as I can. But the idea of Kingdom is it's a role game where you have 5 different roles. You can play 6 if you want to. But you have a emperor, a guard, 2 assassins, and a rogue. So the roles of each of these is the emperor is the or sorry, I'm going to go through this in like with their win conditions because the roles kind of declare themselves, like they kind of make themselves clear there. So
Okay.
win conditions for the emperor is the emperor is alive, all assassins are dead, and the rogue is dead. The guard, their win condition is all assassins are dead, and the rogue is dead, and the emperor is not dead. So note that the guard
So the
can
guard's
be
kind of like
dead
knight.
and still win. Yes, it's like
Yeah.
knight in other. We've played Kingdoms, a version of it where you do king, knight, um,
Yeah.
not bandits, it's something else, and then
I think it was
assassins.
bandits, or there could also be mercenaries you could probably do, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah,
Doesn't
there's
matter
another
really.
version of it. It's a little bit more simple than this, but this is going through that, and you'll see what I mean when I get into some of the other descriptions. But all right, guard win con, assassins are dead, rogue is dead, emperor is not dead. Assassin win con is the emperor is dead, and the rogue's win condition is not fulfilled, and yeah, any or all assassins can be dead and still win. So it's just as long as the emperor is dead and the rogue is not has not won the game.
How does rogue win? Sorry, I missed that
Rogue
one.
wins if so. I'm getting to that. That's the next one.
Oh, that's the next
Sorry,
one.
all players but the rogue and the emperor are dead. So it's just the rogue and the emperor left, and
Oh,
then the rogue kills the emperor.
wow. Rogue sounds like it'd be really hard.
It is, yeah. But one thing to note with this is they are all hidden roles, like the rest of them,
Yeah.
except for the emperor. So the
Except
way
for
you
Emperor.
do it is you shuffle the roll cards in, you distribute them out. The emperor reveals their card and says, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm the emperor," and then you start playing the game. There's some other stuff to go in here for like the specifics for this one. So the emperor, there's some things that you get for playing the game and like some abilities that happen when people die.
Yeah.
So first thing to note is what the emperor gets. They get plus 10 starting life. They get plus 1 starting hand size, and they get plus 1
Whoa.
maximum hand size.
Wow. That's a powerful emperor.
They do also have a penalty though. If the emperor kills the guard, the emperor places the following into exile zone: the non-land permanents in play, their graveyard, and their hand. So they lose everything if they kill the guard. So don't
Wow,
kill
they
the
kill their
guard.
guard. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is it just if the emperor kills the guard, like specifically,
Yes.
or if the okay? Because if the guard just dies randomly from the assassin or something, it
No,
wouldn't matter.
that would be that would probably be too broken. That
Yeah,
would
that'd be
give a lot of
ridiculous.
advantage to the assassins there.
Yeah, yeah.
The guard itself does not have any other bonus or penalties. The
Okay.
assassins have when they die, the player who killed them may draw up to 3 cards. So if you kill an assassin,
Okay.
you get to draw up to 3.
That's nice. I like that. I
And that
like
is
drawing
it.
cards.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get any bonus for killing the rogue?
No. The
What's up
rogue
with
job is
that?
hard enough. It doesn't need to have a target on its back too. So yeah, those are the rules of Kingdoms. Again, I have not played this variant of it. The way I played it was just with King Guard. Like everyone had their roles, but there were no abilities besides
Yeah,
the Emperor having plus 10 life total. That was
correct. Because
the
like the
only.
emperor is the only one that's like revealed.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that one or anything? I know this one is one you've played through.
Yeah, I actually like this one. I do remember it going faster. It was really fun. I like
Yeah.
adding the rules to like the game. It does make it a little mini game outside of Magic, which is it definitely freshens it up a bit.
Yeah, and I think part of it too that makes it easier is like when you're playing this too, you're kind of trying. A lot of times, you're playing it to speed up the game, so it's
Yeah,
almost more of like a for fun because you're not playing a standard EDH game.
yeah,
So people are more willing to make jokes, do the dumb things, like not always play to make the highest level play because you're
yeah.
playing it
But
for
like, I
fun.
want to play this because this is really funny. Because this is
Yeah.
gonna screw over the assassin real hard.
That's that is one thing that I'll tell you happens every single game, which is my favorite
Yeah,
thing, and I double down on it every single time. If I am not the Emperor and I'm playing this game,
yeah.
I am like, my Emperor, sir, I am
My
your
emperor's
guard.
there.
Doesn't matter what role I am. I am your guard, and I am here to
I
protect
am your
you,
guard.
sir. Yeah. A lot of times that happens too. You have everybody go in it, but like
Yeah,
it's just funny. It doesn't matter which role you are. Just the more you sell it, it just gets really
yeah.
funny.
And you just start asking the emperor like, "Who should I attack, my liege?
Oh yeah,
Who should I?"
the
Yeah.
Malords come out. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some game modes you guys can try if you guys got 5 pod going, or you probably could do it with a 4 pod too. It might be
Some of
well,
them, yeah.
maybe not the star one because you need 5 people for that. But
Yeah, for sure. Those are some game modes, and hopefully you like those. And now we're
probably add
actually
some
we've got
freshness to your casual commander games.
all right. We're taking so now we've got a little treat for you. We're trying to do a few
Treat?
segments. Yeah. And so we're going to take one of our old videos that we did, the versatile, powerful, and stinky, and turn it into a
Mm-hmm.
segment where we do one review every episode. So I believe, Nick, here,
Mm-hmm.
you've brought a card to review that we're going to see if it's versatile, powerful, or stinky.
Sure did. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
try some new segments because we're just experimenting here, trying to see what sticks. This sounds really fun though. That episode was really fun to do.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to explore this again, but maybe make more episodes would be a little redundant. I did just paste this for you to look. You're viewing the card that I chose for today is Toph, the first metal bender. We're looking at some cards that haven't been released yet, and I want to see like.
Could you keep this in the video?
It is Toph.
Toph.
It is Toph.
It's toe.
All right. It's Toe, the first metal bender. It's Toph. Yeah. All right. So we have Toph, the first metal bender, is a card that it's a spoiler from the Avatar Last Airbender set that they're releasing here soon. I don't know actually when the release date is, but they have done spoiler season. This card looks like a really fun commander, in my opinion. I don't know how well. I don't know how many waves it's gonna put into the ripples of commander, but we'll see. It is a legendary creature, human warrior ally. It's one in Anaya, I believe. It's red, green, and white. For a 3/3 creature, non-token artifacts you control are lands in addition to their other types. They don't get the ability to tap for mana, but you're making it says that they just also become lands. At the beginning of your end step, you Earthbend 2. And so Earthbend 2 is going to be a new mechanic that they released in the set that's going to say target a land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 creature with haste. That's still a land, but you put 2 1/1 counters on it because it's Earthbend 2. And then when it dies or exiles, you just get to return it to the battlefield. So you don't have to worry about your lands getting killed by removal or when you go to swing them. What do you think?
So This card is interesting. I actually saw it the other day, and it intrigues me as a land and
Yeah,
artifact lover. It very much intrigues me. Um, I don't for sure. There's actually some rules that I question on it, which I think I know, but I'm not 100% sure. It's so if it. I just want to bring this up because I think about it. If it turns your non token artifacts into lands,
yeah.
does that mean like you could play them? I don't think so. You still have to cast them because it's ones you
Non-token artifacts
control,
you
so they have to be
control.
on the board.
Yes, you still have to cast them as artifacts
Yeah, but then do they
from your
count
hand,
as landfall?
when they enter. Yes, I think so.
Which is
To me, that sounds like yes.
that's
Yes,
insane.
yes.
That specifically opens up so many like there's so many infinite landfall combos that now you could do it by just repeatedly playing artifacts.
Yeah, because as soon as you control them, oh, actually, maybe not, because it says you control, so you have to control them for them to become lands. That's interesting.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah, I don't actually know.
That's that's I think a big
Ooh.
part. If it happens
That
where you
is
can do
that is
that, there's combos that you can like bounce. I'm trying to think of them off the top of my head, but I mean, even there's like a mirror retriever. Like there's stuff that you can do where you can get them from your graveyard and just infinitely
yes.
have them on the board. So there's so many combos like that that have been
There's also combo
easy.
with you could use Nisa, the recent one that came out in March of the Machine or something. It's well,
The
also
Worlds
Lotus Cobra,
Reborn,
same
right?
thing.
Yeah, or something
No,
like that.
it's the same one that is landfall. You get a mana whenever a land enters it for the first time, and then or no, for every time a land enters, and if it's the second time, you get an elf or an elemental from your deck. Essentially,
Yeah.
I don't remember the rest of the name of it, but yeah, it's you could use that with Kyrian Ranger essentially, and you probably could just get infinite mana in that way. Like if you had maybe a zero cost artifact in your hand, like a Lotus Petal or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just so many. Like I feel like I know there are ways to get infinite land drops, but those are like most of those stem from either like multiple enchantments and or creatures to make that work, or like a 6 drop or 8 drop. Like there's the Kodama of the East Tree, I believe
Mm,
is one of them that's the most popular. That was even one that was in CEDH to show you at how like what what level it is like that. It's like that's the one that's played the most, and it's a 6 mana card to drop it
right.
down, and you need a copy of it to be able to start the combo. So
This would be pretty
there's a
insane
lot.
if it's they become lands as they enter, so like you get the
Yes.
landfall trigger. I wonder if that is true though, because if they do become
It
lands,
changes it.
then like yeah, you might not get. I don't think they count as land drops because like you would only get to play one per artifact per turn if you casting from your hand artifacts, you know,
I think you're probably right.
because they're not lands. They're not lands in your hand,
Yeah.
so you should be able to cast them as much as you want. So you might not
Yes.
actually get landfall from them.
Yeah, because I don't know.
That's
I think landfall reads as when you play a land. No, it's just whenever a land enters.
when a land
So
enters, right? So like if it enters as a land, that's what matters. But I'm not sure.
stuff. Okay, we didn't get into this to get into a rules discussion though.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, what do you think?
personally, I love this card. So I immediately go to like versatile and powerful. Like I think it's going to be a very fun card to play. I don't think it's going to be. I can see this card being a broken card.
Yeah,
Um,
depending on how
but
that rule hangs out. Yeah,
did we go over the other ability
the
of
other ability's not as good in my opinion,
sure
but I think it could matter just because it also like when you actually it makes them creatures, your lands
it makes
creatures,
your
and then you can
artifacts
just and then
makes
you
your
can kill
artifacts
them.
creatures. Okay, so there's actually
It
a lot
does.
of combos. Most of them are this actually might be the first deck, the first commander that exists that can combo with artifacts as creatures that doesn't include like black or blue. Because like Sidri is one of the most popular ones, and Urza I think does it as well in blue, but I don't think I've seen it happen outside those colors. I guess Karn technically does it, and Karn's colorless, but
Yeah, it's really interesting. And it's like this
yeah,
is interesting too because like you can just you turn a land into a creature, you could kill it and then have it come back into the battlefield because of the earthbend effect will just bring it back in. So you get a landfall trigger from that.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean,
I mean
you could just
it only happens
uh,
once, but like
sure, but I
it's
mean, you
still
could
kind of
even
nice.
just a simple one is the there's I can't think of it, but there's a 2 drop artifact that is just whenever it enters a battlefield and dies, you draw a card. So if you could sack it, you could just do that and then sack it, bring it back, and
Oh
so
no,
it's a
that
draw
target land. Oh yeah, because it comes a land.
because lands are artifacts are lands.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh my.
you're like that opens up a lot of combos that I don't know enough. I would need to do more research into this card to see if those combos exist in red, green, white, because I
Right.
think this is the first commander that's existed with that kind of thing. But
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think?
I would say I'm gonna say 8. I'm
8?
8.5. 8.5.
Hell yeah. I set it a 6
Yeah.
just because, again, like the questionable rulings. I was like, I read that first line of text, the non-token artifacts control becoming lands, and I was like, there's a lot of potential here, but I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
One of those things where I feel like there's a lot here that could do something. I just don't know because I'm not really a lands builder. I don't know synergies with that. So I was like, this is a really interesting card, and I love the
Yeah.
versatility of it. It sounds so fun.
I'm gonna have to. I will actually. I do want to take mine back a little bit. I think I will do like between a 7.5 and an 8 or an 8 max.
Yeah,
Because I do think thinking of it as like a
that
power
ruling
level
matters.
thing. I think there's a chance that this opens up combos and is like a really powerful commander. But I don't know those combos off the top of my head, and I don't know how many of them actually work like for certain. So
Right. And I
I
don't think
think
it'll make a splash in CDH at all. It could potentially be a
all
bracket
it
four
takes
though.
is for one combo. If it has one really good combo in it, it
That's
could
true.
become a
It's a combo.
CEDH
It
deck.
becomes a
That's what
combo piece
is
in the
weird.
commander zone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's possible that it could be, but I think
Hmm.
that's it's like a 7.5 or an 8. If it has the cards to make it work and make a combo, it can be between an 8 and a 9 very easily. If it doesn't have the exact ones you need, it's probably still going to be like a 7 because it is just looks like a very fun, very versatile commander that could be pretty powerful. So
Yep, that's the card I brought.
very
Hope you
cool
guys
card.
like that one. I think it's a pretty cool card.
Yeah.
But
Segment break. End. Earthbend. End. Yeah, here. Segment ended.
hey,
I think that's all we have for you guys, and I hope everybody enjoyed the new segments and everything for it. But yeah, we have been the Etch Command. I know I was doing that, but I just was going to call us the Etch Commander or something like that instead of the Etch Companion.
if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. I also want to know how you guys think about these new segments and your thoughts on our topics that we had for today. Um, yeah,
Yeah, thanks for stopping
yeah,
by. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for stopping
yeah.
by. Please remember to subscribe, and yeah, help join our community. I will have the Discord server up and running, and have people be able to join there, and yeah, it'll be a good time. So remember, like, comment, please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please
Edge
subscribe.
Companions out.
Bye.